back, and I apologize if my voice sounds a little bit out. I have a very, very sore throat this morning. I'm over here sipping on my decaf coffee with peppermint mocha, so I'm very happy about that. Today we're going to talk about my budget and where we're standing currently right now, and we also are going to cash stuff $400 into our variable binder with just 3 categories. Our variable spending is right now is only groceries, gas, which is AKA Uber for me, and buffer. So we started this month with $4,821, which was $150 over my usual budget for a month. And that's only because of my Etsy shop. And with that being said, our bills came, as you can see here, up to $1,654. Paying off devices through Verizon was a very, very good move for me. Paying off a lot of debt was a really, really good move for me, and things of all that nature. So after our bills, we ended up with $3,167 as a balance. You will see here in just a minute, we are going to put $400 into our variable expenses. And with that being given and said, $250 is going into groceries, $100 into Uber. We're going to talk about Uber here in a minute because there's been a drastic change with Danya's Sports currently right now. And then we're going to put $50 into buffer. Now, that $400 will then take me down to $2,767. Now, I just went ahead and cash stuffed my sinking funds. I did not put the amounts in. I will be better in judging that next month, or I should say next week. Maybe I should say next week. So I went ahead and did $211 into sinking funds. That brought me down to $2,556 left for the remainder of the month. Then I went ahead and you saw that I did let you guys know at the beginning of September, I did pay an extra $200 to Affirm, and that brings me down to a total of rolling over $2,356 for the second week down here, for the second week of September. So y'all, we're going to go ahead and do our cash stuffing real quick. And then after that, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with Danya's Sports because we've had a very drastic change to that. Now, let's talk about groceries real quick because we all are struggling in this boat of inflation and groceries. I currently still have $70. Y'all, I'm going to continue to roll over my grocery money because anything left over is just going to help me in case I need something a little extra for the next week. So we have 100, 200, 300, 350, and 400. Groceries is going to get $250, and I'm doing alternate week grocery shopping currently right now. So it's 100, 200, and 50 going in on top of the 70 I currently have in here. Going to try to spend as low as possible. Y'all know I have a prepper pantry. I am starting and have been restocking that for a short amount of time now, and we're going to start picking up on restocking that. Groceries are getting so expensive, and if you can get deals, I'm telling y'all, look for deals anywhere and everywhere that you can, whether it's your normal grocery store, whether it's a higher price grocery store, things of that nature. I am putting on board Hy-Vee Grocery Delivery, which is a grocery store in my town that's a little bit more expensive than I would like to pay, but y'all, sometimes they have some really, really good deals, and if I take an Uber up there to get what I need and back home, it's going to defeat the purpose of going in the first place. 2.5 miles up, 2.5 miles back home, 5 miles round trip cost me over $20. And I can't go for sales that are really, really good that Hy-Vee has quite frequently from time to time. It's pretty much their loss leaders, which means they're going to lose money on it, but they're hoping that you come in and buy extra things. Well, some of us are smart and say, no, I'm only here for the sales and I'm getting back out that door. So I am going to be throwing that here on board as well to make sure that I can get in on some really, really good deals that they have from time to time. And I think it's worth the price. But I'm going to try to keep groceries as low as possible. As I said, we are rebuilding our prepper pantry. We ate off it for nearly 17 months, and y'all, we depleted it like crazy. Now, our freezers still have quite a bit, which is shocking, but our pantry shelves downstairs are not in the state in which I want them to be, but we ate off them. So it wasn't like we were doing something bad. We were trying to curve inflation in the pricing, and nobody's going to curve it completely, but get things on sale. So groceries has $250 in there. Uber is going to receive $100 today, and I currently have $70 in here as well. So I think I'm going to put a hold on Uber. Y'all, I don't go very many places, and we've got to change. And Danya is no longer on the volleyball team. Now, this had nothing to do with her. She had decided to turn in her uniform. It had nothing to do with me and my ex-husband paying for Uber, because we were both sharing that responsibility and each paying half. The fact is, this volleyball team has the I mentality, and there is no letter I in the word team when it comes to volleyball. And I'm very upset with the way that she's been treated on the team and the dramatic situations that are occurring on the team. Both a coach and a varsity player both spoke to my daughter in a manner in which I did not like. I contacted the the athletic director, spoke with him in person, and he's going to sort out the situation, because I am not going to tolerate my daughter being spoken to in a manner in which she was spoken to, and a disrespect that she was spoken into. So with that being said, Danya decided on her own to allocate for herself and advocate for herself, as I did as well for her. And she is off the volleyball team. She will not be returning back to this team. And so we will not have to put out Uber fees right now whatsoever. Now, she was a teen rider as well, which means they can pick her up and bring her home without me having to do a round trip. It cut my Uber fees down to $50 a week. 25 from me, 25 from my ex-husband, and he was religiously paying that without a problem. But the last time that she came home, the driver that she had, and please remind yourself that if you have a teen rider in the vehicle as well, to be very careful. I had all, bells and whistles, and I could see the route and the full bit and things of that nature. But the driver tried to hit on my daughter. She told him she was 16, which she's not, she's 14, but I always told her, don't tell anybody you're less than 16, just don't do it. And he's like, oh, well, you look 22. Well, my daughter is 5'9", and she does not look 22. And he was in his 30s, and he was trying to hit on my daughter. So she got home, informed me of the situation. Uber has suspended him, and they gave me back the amount that I paid for the ride. And I don't think that this will be happening again. I will not be letting her go with a teen rider. I just don't feel that that is safe anymore. So if you have your child on the teen riding program with Uber, please, please, please be careful. I am going to pick up an Apple AirTag for her as well. It's going to be in my expenses next week to make sure that I have really, really good, strong GPS location on her at all times, because she is not an Apple user, but I'm going to get the Apple tag so I can keep track of her. So Uber now has 170 in here. We will not be putting any more money in here until we start to deplete it a little bit. As I said, I have grocery deliveries that come to me. I usually, if I go out, it's usually the first week of every month, and I go out and do all my heavy traveling at that point. So that's what we have for that. The last one has $205 in here, and this is just buffer, y'all, just to catch me in case something happens, something extra or something of that nature. Now, I do have an order that will be coming in today and tomorrow. Danya, at her high school, they do have Keurig machines. Can you believe that? I wish we had those when I was in school. We are putting $50 in here today. So that's going to make $255. She has a Keurig machine at her school. In fact, a lot of the teachers have them in class, and the kids are allowed to have coffee. Surprise, surprise. So I did order her a box of Tim Horton K-Cups. Everybody always raves about Tim Horton. Y'all, I couldn't tell the difference between one coffee and the next unless it's Starbucks. Starbucks, the blonde roast is my favorite, but I don't hardly ever get it unless it's like a gift for birthdays or Mother's Days or something like that. But with that being said, I did order her a box off Amazon. It's just under $15, so you'll be seeing that in my weekly expenses coming up because it's the end of the week for September week 1. That is coming in for her, and that was $15, and it's just K-Cups. Here at the house, we use reusable K-Cups and things of that nature. The other expense you'll see is a couple of things I did order off of Amazon. I did not want to place a minimum order of $35 to get a few items in the house that I needed and or wanted to have in the house food-wise. I will probably be pulling that out of grocery money. So for week 2, you'll see it go down a little bit, even though I gave you a running total of what we'll have for week 2, because I did order some things off Amazon, because my total, I think, was like $27. And y'all, I don't have to pay a tip, and I don't have to meet the minimum requirements of $35 in order to get free shipping, or free delivery, I should say. And the good thing is, I mean, if I don't have to pay $35 plus tip, plus taxes, then I can keep my totals lower. So I used to always wonder why people order things off Amazon food-wise, because a lot of things on Amazon are so much higher price. But y'all, if you only need 1 or 2 items for that week and you don't have the ability to go to the store like I do on your own, other than to take like an Uber or a taxi or something like that, that would cost you an arm and a leg to go to and from, then pick up that item at Walmart and have it shipped to your house. So I'll be doing an unboxing of those items as well. And you'll see that on my expense sheet. So this is what we have for you today. If there's any questions, comments, concerns, and or suggestions, please always remember you can leave that down below in the comment section. Or if you feel that it's more, ooh, this is getting fat, y'all. Well, I have to start shrinking some stuff down. If you feel that you need to privately talk to me, always remember that down below linked is my email address and also my Instagram, and you can always Instagram me a private message or email me a private message. So that is what we have for you today. Questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, as I just said a second ago, I'll leave them down below in my email or in my private chat on Instagram. We will catch you in the grocery video, and it looks like I am definitely going to have to do something because this doesn't want to stay. That's a good thing, y'all. Having more money is a good thing in the binder. So we'll catch you in the next video. Until then, Without Limits is out.